JBs or B, you're jacked in to Buffy's Angels. We're talking about Angel season 5, Lineage, which is a big Wesley episode, and then we've got Destiny, which big fight between Angel and Spike. That's a good time, and the return of Lindsay. So,
Drusilla.
Drusilla's there. There's a lot going on this week. We'll talk about it. I'm Daniel Ehrenberg. I've watched these a million times. Over there is Logan Adair watching for the first time. LA, how you doing?
And my LA song I should be playing right now for
What's that?
Lindsay. That
Oh
had that
yeah.
song, LA song. Yeah, I'm here. My first time watching. And I'm so excited that Lindsay's back, honestly.
I gotta say, I love these episodes. I
Really.
watching them last night. I was like, hell yeah,
I'm a little mixed
yeah. All right, I'm
on
fine with that.
Lineage.
On on Lineage, that's the one I prefer.
I think me too in my ranking, but now thinking about it, I'm a little mixed. I wanted Real Dad. I was so
No,
disappointed.
I agree. It's a bummer that it's robots, but he thought it was his dad. He really
That
did.
means something, yeah.
That means something.
Definitely.
So, the robots were perfect.
Yeah, no, it was cool and deepened our characters a lot. Love what's going on with
Yeah.
Fred. Fred's so cool.
Yeah, Fred's having a good season for sure. Um
I hate Knox still.
I dude
When's it
did
gonna when's he gonna do something
I
cool?
uh Knox.
Like I want for me to be like, Fred, well, maybe she should go with Knox. But I'm not having that thought at all. Like she should just go with Wesley. I want to be conflicted. Like, ooh, Knox is sort of a good option, but I'm
I
not even thinking that.
understand. There's so much about Knox we don't know yet.
I assume.
Um okay, L Dog. It's time to talk about these weeks. I remember these weeks really well.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, like I have stories and stuff about my life.
Okay.
Should we do that?
That's what we usually do. Yeah.
All right, great.
Yeah, that's
All
how it
right,
goes.
so this first one, Lineage, this airs November 12th, 2003. Okay, and this is the day that Jonathan Brandis killed himself. You familiar with Jonathan Brandis?
Definitely heard the name.
He was sort of a teen idol of the early 90s that was my sister's number one celebrity crush. All
Oh,
right. My sister's bedroom plastered with, you know, she read all those teen magazines like Bop,
sure.
Seven, what, and they would have little cutouts of the hot superstars. So her whole room was just Jonathan Brandis cutouts from those magazines.
Her room was branded with Brandis.
Good job.
That's
And
crazy. Just him.
yeah, well, no, there were
You didn't
others
mix it up.
too. I think JTT was in there.
My older
Uh,
sister, for some reason, she really liked Eli Manning.
you know, you get stuck on people as a kid.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. She had a weird face. She had some Eli Manning pictures on her wall.
I remember when I was in sixth grade, we were allowed to decorate our desks, and I had a Sarah Michelle Gellar.
That makes sense.
I had her on my desk.
You think some kids these coming up are gonna have new Vampire Slayer as
Oh
uh
yeah, did you
as
see
their
they
crush?
cast
I don't know
somebody?
who it is. You guys seem to know who, like, be familiar with her.
I wasn't familiar with her at all.
Oh, well, you guys were like, this person was cast, and you're like, oh, cool. So I thought maybe you guys knew.
We had that conversation.
I thought you and Tim were talking about it. I was kind of
Uh,
avoiding it because I don't want to know anything.
Logan, whatever I've said in the chat over the last 2 weeks,
Ignore it.
ignore it.
Okay.
I basically have not been coherent.
Okay.
I get coherent enough to do this podcast, and then I lose my brain.
Well, hey, good for you. That's dedication right there.
It is. So, will
Yeah, I
you give me
appreciate
credit for
that.
this in future?
I appreciate that. Yeah.
All right, great.
Yeah.
All right. So Jonathan Brandis died. He killed himself. It
How'd
was
he do
very,
it?
I think, gunshot.
It might have been his girlfriend.
Yeah, we always.
Are we sure it's not?
Yeah. So he was in Ladybugs with Rodney Dangerfield, and he was in Sidekicks with Chuck Norris, and there was a TV show he was in called Sequest with
Oh yeah.
Roy Scheider. All
Sequest
right.
DSV.
Yeah. Now the thing I remember about Jonathan Brandis being dead though is me being a heartless teenager. Okay, because the morning after Jonathan Brandis killed himself, myself and my high school friend Sam Smith.
Whoa.
Yeah,
You
I
mean the
know.
Big Brother 21 player? There's a guy
No,
named
no.
Sam Smith in the Big Brother house.
Was there? And there's also that stay with me.
Absolutely.
Oh, I got the playing music thing.
It happens, yeah. I think it's when you do a really good
Yeah,
job, it comes up.
I think so.
They
Uh,
confuse it for the real artist.
right, right. Anyway, we went into the computer room at school and we created a series of collages
Of him.
Of Jonathan Brandis
That's
roles,
horrible.
and we
Or that's nice. It's like in his honor.
no, but we headlined all of the collages. Sidekick the Bucket because
Okay,
he
that's
had been in
evil.
the film Sidekicks.
Right. You're bringing back a terrible memory that I want to take back now that I'm a little older. When he, my sister loved Heath Ledger as well, and
Oh no.
when he died, I would just all the time I'll walk around. Why so serious? Anytime she'd be sad about his death, and I'm so sorry about that because I'm a big fan of him.
Teenagers are just pieces of shit, Logan. There's
Yeah,
no you
that was
can't
still
control
horrible.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Heath.
R.I.P. to Jonathan Brandis.
Yeah.
Both fine, talented young fellas. I mean, Heath
Heath
is
could
on
have had the
another
best career of
level.
all time, I
He
think.
really could have. Heath was like fucking Philip Seymour Hoffman, but with looks.
Wow. Listen to that. Yeah. Isn't
Yeah,
that Brad Pitt?
he's up there.
Yeah, he's up there.
Um.
Heath was
Anyway,
better.
I think role for role, you could take Heath.
Yeah, he's one of my top guys.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Anyway, that's my Jonathan Brandis story. The number one movie in America. What a week, by the way, for movies.
Mm-hmm.
This is crazy. I can't believe all three of these movies came out the
What
same
year are we?
week.
2003 still?
Yeah, this is November 2003.
Okay.
The number one movie in America was The Matrix Revolutions. Okay, and I was there.
3.
Yeah.
Okay. You're there.
The number two movie in
Why were you there?
America
You weren't a fan of 2. Why'd you go back? Gotta finish it
because
off.
you got to finish it off.
You'll be out of the
Yeah.
conversations.
And I had a little bit of Phantom Menace syndrome with two, where it
Okay.
was
Some people
like,
like it. I mean,
it's got the freeway chase. The freeway chase is good. That's
mm-hmm.
the thing we all say. Um, and then the number two movie in America, Elf,
Oh wow.
all came out the same week. All
That's
right,
awesome.
and
Right before Christmas.
this is wild. Number one, Matrix Revolutions. Number two, Elf. And then the next week, you could see Elf was getting good reviews, positive notices. Elf jumps up to number one. Matrix Revolutions down to number three.
Wow. What's number 2?
Master and Commander: The Far Side of the World.
Oh, I've always wanted to watch that.
It's
Wait, that Peter Weir?
Yep. One of the biggest regrets of non. It's one of the only.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
I hate how everything's a franchise. That should have been a franchise.
I think you're spoiling. Does that mean he survives the film?
I'm just saying that there's like 20 Master and Commander books,
Hmm.
and this is just based on one of them.
Yeah. I think you saying that has made me want to watch it even more. Saying that like that's the one that should have had a franchise but never did.
Yeah, that's
I
like
thought that about Orphan for a while, and then they finally made the
they
sequel to
did. Yeah,
that
it's
one.
got to. It's a franchise now. Don't even worry about it.
You got to do 3. 2 is so good.
Well, they kind of did. It's that a Hulu show, Good American Family.
Ah, good call.
Yeah. But how about this? A little further down the charts, but doing gangbuster business
Hmm.
in England. The gangs they were all off the streets at this point because of the business that this film was doing.
Oh, wow. Yeah, out of the streets and in the theater.
Yeah, Love Actually also
Oh,
came out this week.
cute.
What cute.
I like that movie.
Yeah, it's all right. Um, all right, so that's what was going on. This episode is written by Drew Goddard. This is his first episode of Angel. After Buffy closed shop, he just went over to Angel.
Do you remember what he did on Buffy?
Yeah, he did part of Conversations with Dead People. He did Selfless, the big Anya episode.
Is that the one with
He did,
Knox? Conversation with Dead People?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he did the I don't remember. Fuck it. What else? Selfless, the big Anya episode. He did Lies My Parents Told Me, which was like the Spike flashback stuff, which gets referenced a lot this week
Hmm.
with his mom. Um, Bunch of good episodes. He was pretty prolific in season 7. He was the latest addition to the Buffy.
Never Leave Me. Dirty Girls.
There you go. Dirty Girls too. That's a good episode. That's the first appearance of Caleb.
He he's mostly a director, Goddard.
He's a writer director. He's had a nice career doing both.
Did he direct Cabin in the Woods or he wrote it?
He co-wrote it with Whedon and directed it himself.
Oh, oh shit. So he had more to do than Joss did.
Yeah,
All right.
and he did what Bad Times at the El Royale, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That was good.
he's a talented guy, Drew Goddard. He also was real heavy in the early goings of that Netflix Daredevil show.
Are we sure it's not Goddard?
I am sure.
How?
Well, because Godard, the filmmaker, is spelled with one D instead of two D's, and also I've watched every commentary track on every Buffy
Should've
episode.
known. Should've
So
known.
yeah. They say his name a few
Drew
times.
Goddard. I'm gonna start calling him that just to sound annoying.
Jean Drew Godard. Um, and this one's directed by Jefferson Kibbe, who
Maybe.
he had an interesting career. It's weird. Like he started out as like a second unit director. Then in the 90s, he had a big run as a director. He directed 20 episodes of Melrose Place,
Well,
which is of course one of my favorite shows of all time.
how does
And
that theme song go?
I don't remember.
I should start doing that with more shows.
Yeah, that'd be good. Um, and then but Angel is the last thing he directed. Like after that,
No.
he got like re-demoted back to like
Oh yeah.
second unit shit. So I don't know what the fuck happened. I think he does a good job in this
He did
episode.
5 Baywatches,
Yeah,
6
bunch of
Beverly Hills
yeah,
90210,
very good.
3 Lands Ends, 3 The Heights, 9 Salute Your Shorts.
Nine. Salute your shorts. Can you see which nine?
I absolutely can
Because
do those.
if he did the one about the plumber,
Zeke the Plumber. That was his first episode.
incredible.
Season 1, episode
The
2.
best episode of Salute Your Shorts.
That
Genuinely
was him.
terrified me as a kid.
Well, that was his doing. 8 episodes of 21 Jump Street, 4 Bookers, 6 Hunters. Those are just the ones with more than 3.
All right, what a career for Jefferson Kibbe.
Seriously.
All right, and but I saw he did like second unit work on both Bones and SEAL Team, so I think Boreanaz is keeping his career alive.
That's great.
Yeah. Uh, all right, let's do it.
Kibbe.
Tell me your thoughts on Lineage.
Okay, well, I liked both of these episodes. Okay, sort of have mixed thoughts on them, but Lineage starts out. We're trying to sell this gun, not Charles, but like a weapon.
Yeah, we don't sell black men at this
No, that'd
juncture of time.
be
We
terrible.
did at one point.
Right,
For
right.
many years, we sold black men.
How much did they go for? What was like the typical
I feel like it
price?
wasn't even that. It was probably
$200.
Well,
and a mule.
when they got freed, it was 40 acres and a mule, right?
Oh
That's
shit. That's a
yeah,
lot. 40
that's what
acres? That's a
yeah,
lot of land.
that's Spike Lee's production company. That's what it's named after.
Oh shit. That's
Mm.
kind of a lot of land though, honestly.
I know 40 acres, incredible.
Yeah. Uh, but we're trying to sell this gun, and we there's like a scuffle, and Fred gets hurt.
This fella had been mentioned before.
Oh really?
Yeah, there's like an episode going back to season 4, like early season 4, when Wesley was estranged from the group, and he
Mm-hmm.
gets that little weapon that like shoots out of his fucking thing. I think it's Spin the Bottle, the one that Joss Whedon wrote and directed.
Okay.
And he's talking to this dude on the phone.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
What did that have to do with this?
it's just the same dude.
This is the guy. Why did he hurt Fred?
The 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 well, I mean, he's an arms dealer.
That means he has to hurt the person you're dealing your arms with. I don't understand why he was doing that.
I was dealing my arms just now.
Oh, good job. She got hurt in the arm, I think.
Who?
Fred, she got like stabbed or something. She got a
Oh
little
yeah,
bruise.
yeah. She had a little tough time this episode.
Yeah, she had a little sling on her arm. And then we get some. Oh, we learned that. Oh, I think she got hurt because that guy was a robot. Is that what happened?
Yep.
We like learned somebody's a robot.
Well, there were some robots that came in and started like,
Mm,
fucking up the deal, and then Wesley took care of him with those two guns. He's always got two guns.
who is he? Mark Wahlberg.
I knew you were gonna say that joke,
I can never remember
and
who's in that movie. Denzel,
it's
Mark and Denzel.
yeah, yeah. I think it's Mark and
I
Denzel.
confuse it with Pain and Gain. I think sometimes. All right, but
Why?
and Mark Wahlberg. I think.
Uh,
I think they kind of came out at the same time. But yeah, I think that's how she got hurt. Not the arms dealer that hurt her, but the robots came in and like fucked her up a little bit. But yeah, that sucked. So Angel's like pissed off at Wesley, like, hey, you took her and you like got her hurt. And then Eve comes in, like, why are you always so mad at him about everything? Like you're mad about the whole Connor situation. And he's like, don't bring up Connor. He always hates that.
yeah. He wants to pretend Connor's not a thing anymore.
Yeah, like nobody else mentions him except for her, and he
Right.
really that annoys him.
But he does come to terms with Wesley in this episode. He kind of says like he's the guy that makes the hardest decisions.
He is.
Like he's the one that will fuck up his
He'll
life
kill his dad to
to
tell
do
to.
something that he thinks is right.
It's true. I'm glad he sees that. That's pretty
Mm.
crucial.
We were just talking about this, right? Like you said, you still don't
I always
understand
felt
why
that. Yeah,
people. Yeah, yeah,
it did make sense.
yeah. Mm.
I mean, it does. They don't know what I know. I'm like watching like a Survivor game, and I'm like, hey, make a
You're an
move,
yeah,
but they
you're
don't
an
know
omniscient viewer.
exactly. I'm corporeal. So this guy, Fred's like mad. She's like yelling at Wesley, like, you're always looking out for me and doing this and this and this. And then dad shows up and like while she's in the middle of yelling at him, and he's
Yeah,
like typical Wesley being yelled at, being called like a little baby. His name's Roger Wyndham Price. That's
yeah.
exciting.
He's played by a fella
He
named
was great. I thought he was
Yeah, Roy Dotrice. He's a British actor who's just like had an amazing career. He's been around forever. He won a BAFTA for some like TV movie slash stage performance he did in the 60s. And he I think he plays Amadeus's dad in Amadeus.
really.
Yeah, yeah, he's had
I
kind
was
of an
very
amazing
impressed by him.
career. Yeah, he's really top notch British actor. Um, they I love how when he shows up, Wesley immediately reverts to the Wesley we first met, and we realize that like all of that like clumsiness and like people always had this problem with Wesley. Like, how is he so competent now when he was so incompetent when we first met him on Buffy? And
I don't have that problem.
no, I don't either.
You find
But
your own like group and place, or you find your own place within groups like that you belong in, and then you like become more confident. And
But I think this explains a lot. Like growing up with his dad turned him into the man he was that when we met him. And
right,
then working with Angel
he
Investigations.
found a place
Yeah.
and a family
Mm-hmm.
and a purpose.
That's
Yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah. No, you really, he's great in this episode. One of those two are definitely the MVP,
Oh, it's
Roger or
Denisov. I,
Wesley.
I I think Alexis Denisov is fucking incredible in this episode.
It's fair. It's fair. Yeah, he is great. By the way, I don't know what's going on with this guy. The guy who played Emil, Trevor Etienne. Travis Etienne, of course. There's a running back in the NFL, Travis Etienne, and I think he has a brother who played in college, Trevor Etienne. Are they related to
Yeah.
this guy, Trevor Etienne? Is this like a whole Etienne family?
Etienne is probably like a Haitian name or something. That's like how like some like you know there's like names like Indian names that are like, oh, it's like Smith over there.
Right. Or like Chen for like Asian
Right.
or Lin.
I can't tell whether we're being morons right now. I
No, I don't
really
think so. I
can't.
think you're probably making a good point. I think you
Okay.
probably are. But the fact that it was Trevor and the brothers' names are Travis and Trevor,
Trevor, yeah,
sort
that
of
is odd.
crazy. I think Travis might be Junior, Travis Etienne Jr.
Trevor Etienne. It's like a Jewish mom saying the name of Trevor Etienne.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. Or a British mom. Trevor.
Trevor.
Trevor. So dad's here. It's great. We learned Wesley was head boy, but only because there was slim pickings that year.
We knew he was head boy. He
Oh,
says it
sorry.
in that same episode, Spin the Bottle, and Cordelia rips on him. Like, how'd you get that name?
Oh, of course. Oh, Cordelia, Cordelia. But dad was like, only because there weren't that many good options that year.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Slim
Damn.
Pickens.
Horrible. Love the ending too, where he's like talking to his real dad. And he's like, "Don't you know what fucking time it is over
Yeah.
there? Can you read a clock, motherfucker?" And so Wesley's like doing some research on the robot, and he accidentally like activates a bomb. It starts counting down. He's like, "Oh shit!" We go to
Yeah.
commercial, but then Dad like solves it immediately. And so that's the
Yeah,
thing.
but it
He
was
like,
all a ruse. That was like the dad had to get that gun or whatever out or whatever he hit Wesley with.
oh,
He
of
took
course,
it
I
out of
forgot.
that robot.
That was like a Saw twist. Dun, 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 dun. And then we see him pull the gun out of the body.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, that was crazy. I don't know if I like that so much. Who cares? Spike says sex with robots is way more common than people think
Well,
because we know the
he's
history.
had some sex with robots in his day.
I always get those episodes confused. There's a I Robot You Jane, but there's also the one where it's like Britney Spears. It was supposed to be Britney.
I
No,
was
not I
meant to.
Robot You Jane. That's the earlier. I'm thinking of the there's the Buffy bot, but there was also the Britney Spears bot.
Yes, the
I get
Britney
those
Spears
confused.
bot happens in I Was Made to Love You, and then we're introduced to the Buffy bot in an episode called Intervention, and then the Buffy bot is destroyed in the season 6 premiere bargaining.
Intervention is the one where real Buffy goes back to deal with like the first
Exactly.
Slayer.
Death is your gift.
Right. That's a really good episode. All the bot episodes are good of Buffy.
Yeah.
Even I Robot You Jane's pretty good. We get the jacked in line.
Well, we do.
And that kid that like hung himself. I'll never forget that. That was
Yeah.
cool. So yeah, Spike is great. Oh, Spike's like talking to Eve, like, Eve, what's going on with you? What's like your whole deal? Like you're here for this, but I know you're kind of acting weird. We learn
He
later
gets
on.
stuck in the elevator with her,
That's right.
and then he just decides he doesn't care and leaves.
Yeah. I guess just making us have a little intrigue. Like, yeah, what is your get? What is your whole thing? But then uh Dad knocks out Wesley and he tries to like make Angel a slave. He's like, everyone else has been using Angel. Wolfram and Hart uses him. Now it's my time to use him.
He calls him a puppet.
Oh,
Yeah,
you said
he's
slave. I'm sorry.
first he was a
I thought you said
puppet
that.
by the powers that be. Now Wolfram and Hart. And yeah.
Oh no, he did say puppet because I thought about that part where Omer told Mike, like, I said you're his puppet, and Mike was like, I ain't no puppet. I'm nobody's puppet. And then he voted him out. I don't.
Shout out to Survivor
My
42.
life is so sad that I really thought about that in that moment. I was like, oh, puppet, just like that's so sad. Uh, so we learn that oh, we kill Roger. Wesley kills him. We
Well,
think
there's
he's
that great
real,
scene
but he's
on the roof where he like sucks some energy out of Angel, and Fred's up there and Wesley's up there, and Roger is. And then Roger, I actually love that moment. He just like he grabs Fred to like use her against Wesley,
right.
and Wesley just without even like no time at all. Like the second he goes after Fred, he just shoots the fuck out of his dad like 6 times.
Unloads the whole clip on him.
Yeah, yeah.
Bang, 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 bang. Yeah,
It's
it's
pretty
awesome. And the look
amazing.
on his face, he's really good. He sells it. And we learned that it was a robot, but he thought it was real. And
Yeah.
that's what matters, is that he was willing to kill his father to save Fred's life without even thinking about it. Yeah, you're right. And Wesley said, or yeah, basically he's like, I was sure it was him, a lot of that stuff. And then
Yeah.
freaking Knox interrupts, like, hey, Fred, are you gonna come? I was gonna take you home. Fucking bullshit. And then Wesley sits down, calls his dad, and instead of his dad being like, oh, Wesley, he's like, it's late as shit. Wesley, don't you know not to call me?
Have you ever heard of time differences, you dumb piece of shit?
Horrible.
Yeah.
But and he thought like I think he had a crazy day thinking about his dad. He thought maybe his dad was thinking the same about him, you know, but he
Yeah.
wasn't.
He wasn't.
But I want to meet real dad. I this has all been leading to this to me. I don't know what else. What's even going on this season? Oh, I guess we learn next episode. We meet somebody that has a
Yeah,
lot
I
to
mean
do with it.
the next episode's pretty major.
But I think at this point in the season, like at the end of that episode, I was like, yeah, that's really mostly what I'm interested in. And Spike, what's going on with Spike?
Yeah. Well, I think early on in the season, Angel hadn't been doing well in the ratings, and they were like a late pickup for a fifth season. They convinced them to pick them up on the basis of this new setup with Wolfram and Hart. And I think they wanted to prove to the WB that this was a show that could do like mainstream, like low stakes episodic storytelling.
Mm-hmm. Well,
And
they're accomplishing it.
yeah, I think that's what we're doing for the first part of the season. And at a certain point, I feel like the ratings were bad and the WB was not caring about the show again. And Joss Whedon was just like, fuck it, let's just go ahead. Let's do what we want.
Well, Lindsay coming back definitely intrigues me more. But
Yeah.
yeah, I thought these episodes were. I mean, I seem down on them, but I think I ranked them higher, like the highest one so far, which just shows my episode rankings this season, this for this show are way off right now.
Well, I give this one a nice 4. And
Same.
I give Alexis Denisoff the MVP.
Any other men
LVP.
Alexises out there?
I feel like it happens a lot in hockey.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're like French and shit.
Yeah, mostly Greek and French. Yeah.
Alexis Stanisov, of course, not in the next episode, Destiny,
What?
because you didn't notice that?
No.
Yeah, he's gone in Destiny. He's like taking a leave of absence or whatever because this was the week he got married.
That's incredible news.
Yeah.
I did not. How did I? I'm sort of blown away right now. I didn't notice that. Uh, well, congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Denisov. Out
Mm-hmm.
Hannigan Denisov.
Hannigan Denisov. I see Allison Hannigan and Sarah Michelle Gellar posting a lot on social media together recently, which leads me to believe we might see Willow. And
Oh, I'd love that.
yeah, I would
Probably
love
just
that
been
too.
talking a lot more because they've new exciting stuff happened with
Yeah,
them.
yeah, could be. All right. Anyway, where do you rank?
Oh yeah.
I don't even want to do the rankings anymore. I hate my rankings.
I put it between the price and slouching toward Bethlehem, 59. But I actually have this under it. So it's between the price and destiny.
I like this more than all that.
So
I,
see what? Let me go up from the
I
price.
don't know. We're slouching toward Bethlehem on my list.
It's like 5 spots under the price. 52 between a new world and couplet.
All right. I feel like it's right around there. Go up from the price.
Up from the price. Loyalty, conviction.
Oh no, 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 no. But see, this is why my rating is fucked up because I feel like I like this one less than loyalty, but more than conviction.
Yeah, I have that a few times too.
Yeah, go up a little more.
Up a little more. Deep down, that's telling me to go more down. But I'll
All
keep
right,
going
fuck
up
it.
if you
No, 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 no.
insist.
You could put this one uh right above conviction.
Okay, so between deep down and
Between
conviction.
yeah, yeah, that feels okay to me.
All right, you're 46. Who is
Okay.
our LVP?
Robots in general.
I agree.
Hmm.
What's the best? You know what I saw a trailer for the other day? The Threegan 2.0, I think is what they're calling it.
Yeah.
Do you know the plot of that movie?
No, don't spoil me.
Okay, so good. They're doing like another movie, what another movie did, and I like up sort of wanted to applaud in the theater.
That sounds awesome. I'm looking forward to that. That is definitely a movie that deserves a sequel.
Yes.